sharp.
No.
So I.
So it just happened, or yesterday?
No, it just happened.
So how could you go to gym or do exercise with?
Before I gym. Yeah, before.
Why would you opt last class? Easy. That's us maybe you very tired of after work, right? Work. But like your voice a little bit is not normal. Like okay. Good breath, deep breath, deep breath. Which class? Huh? Going? Okay. Maybe yes, maybe. Very challenge. So that means the breathing exercise, advantage and disadvantages of traveling. Can you keep
So I'm gonna send you a link on Zalo. So there's two exercises. One, reading exercise. So I'll go round and practice with you and listen. But whilst you're waiting for me to come round, focus on this, advantages and disadvantages of travelling, okay? So whilst I'm going round, you can think of this one, okay?
reading exercise?
So the reading exercise is a movie script. We haven't done it before. Every lesson I want to try something different. So by the end of every month, you'll have better reading skills, listening skills, speaking skills. I won't focus on writing skills because I think with writing skills you learn it with Vietnamese teacher or self-learning. I can correct your sentences, but obviously there's a lot of people, so it takes a lot of time. But I liked what you did, you two, with your voice message. I will try and do that as well because it's good practice for you, so I can listen. So if I don't have time to speak to you in class, then I can give you feedback. Like with you, he always gives me his answers by voice message, so I always listen and give him feedback. So it gives him more time one-on-one, whereas in class sometimes it's difficult to do that. But yeah, so today is reading exercise. So it's a movie script. It has different characters, some simple, Some may be more difficult, but it's just to practice reading skills. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Là đó thầy nói con nghe đi rồi qua đây ngồi trong đây con đi học.
I think it's just needs signals. No, I've got Chrome, but today maybe they are using downstairs. Maybe they're using Wi-Fi.
Nó còn nghe cũng được thầy nói trong nghe cho quay đi.
Cái lớp này được mấy tháng rồi. Mấy tháng rồi.
Cho bé nó học rồi, cái này đâu biết rồi.
Dạ cái này là đúng rồi, chuyên nghiệp đâu biết. Dạ 6 đấy, trình độ nó tới đâu?
Không biết, nữa nó học lớp 11 đó, nhưng mà nó lên lớp 11.
Lớp 11. Rất rồi đó. Mà được cái gì học như thế này cũng mấy tầm xin dưới đó. Nó có lớp 7 không?
Can I use your link? For some reason today it's not working.
Nó học cái đó là vậy. Mày lên học
How are you today?
đó, cái này thầy
You okay?
nó học đi chụp hình, có ghi ra chụp hình đấy. Đi vô hả, ghi bài tập thôi.
Hello.
À đó đi ghi rồi, bây giờ nó nói là đi đây họ không có học, họ gọi cho thầy chỉ dạy cho dễ.
I will send it on Zalo, yeah. Hello. I know. Can you just turn on your Wi-Fi? Who's very weak
Bây giờ này quay rồi, mấy người nó đi lấy đi họ đi. Mày ngồi trong đó. Còn là dễ học thì ngồi trong đó.
maybe they're using it downstairs.
Đó nghe người ta nói rồi muốn học trước đó nghe nói hoài cho nó
You press on So on Zalo there's a link. You press on the link and then it will load up a big movie
đó thầy nói
script.
thì con nghe kìa, con ta nghe. Đó thầy nói thì con nghe đi.
Anh về ra là nhiều movie.
So it's just you can see there. You have
Rồi để đi đó là cái thầy kêu làm gì ạ?
Dạ, nhắc về trong đường link nhé, phải có tham gia vô cái nhóm lớp ấy.
À trong lớp rồi để lấy cái gì hỏi anh à. Giờ mình đọc cái gì để đi vô anh?
Dạ, em là nhóm đi, em.
Rồi con đọc cho anh này con nói chuyện với thầy nè. Đây thầy nói vậy thầy nói vậy. Đọc. Con vô Zalo. Vô cái gì mà mã bây giờ đúng không? Mã bây giờ này nhập cái xong cho nó lên mã bây giờ đúng rồi.
Hello, what is your name?
Nó lớn lên.
And are you studying or what do you do? Are you in school, university, working? What do you do? Are you studying at school or university?
Yes, I'm good.
Secondary? Yeah. So how old are you?
Nó lớn lên.
16?
Me too. But
So you are grade 8? Grade 11? Grade 11?
about 5.
Oh, so what year did you finish school? 12?
You mean the grade trail? Maybe
Con nghe anh ta nói lớn lên.
17.
17. Oh, so so next year is
Đó, con nghe anh nói chuyện con bắt chước
So, are you on holiday now? Summer holiday?
không có gặp đâu nói trả lời không.
Or are you still at school today? Were you at school today? Summer holiday. So, will you go on holiday or travel Vietnam or stay in Virginia? Hometown? Where is your hometown? Well, what is your hometown called? Talat? Danang? Yeah, you pick one. There's different different tuts, and there's different pages. Each page has a different location. So just pick one location, and then there's like sometimes there's 2 characters, sometimes there's 3 or 4. So in groups you can take turns and correct each other with pronunciation. So I'll come round and listen. But obviously if you finish, then you also have this as well. So
In Sanskrit and now
the word, so then write it down, and then you can either find out yourself what it is, or if I'm with you, I can explain as well, or pronounce it. Yeah. So then I will write it down. Yeah, like this. So your hometown, so is it Andrea or Oh, Washington City. And who is this? Who is she to you? Your mum? So what did you do today?
Ở nhà nào ngủ.
Stay at home? It's okay. It's the summer holiday. So you relax. You relax.
Nó một tiếng thiệt sáng cho nó ngủ thiệt. Ở nhà.
What is your favourite subject at school? Maths? Oh, okay. Good. And what subject do you not enjoy? And what subject don't you like? Biology. And do you like to play any sports? Any sports like badminton or volleyball? Tennis? Good.
Hay nói gì đó anh nói gì nữa.
My brother.
Suy nghĩ đi rồi anh chỉ cho.
Ai là
So, what gym was it? A local, small gym or big gym?
Just a small gym.
Small gym nearby.
It's about 200 meters.
So you walk? So in the morning, how many people were inside the gym?
There about 4 or 5 people and one guy friend.
So tomorrow, do you work on Saturday or is it the weekend for you?
I would do the gym all day, every day, except Sunday.
And are you working tomorrow or what do you do usually on Saturday and Sunday?
On Sunday morning I will go to the church. Yes. I'm Catholic.
It's very. I've seen two churches nearby. Maybe one Killington. There's one nearby Vancouver.
No church.
And there's another one near maybe 2 kilometres by Beaumont.
Have you ever went to Oakland Church?
No, I've seen it.
It's very nice. It's about 51 meters. The Admission picture. Look at this.
Yes, yeah, maybe. No, this one's the one.
Yeah, this one is our church. This is what we Jesus.
It's not space, you know, it's
Yeah, this is the same church. Yeah, the same.
yeah, this is the one I was thinking of, yeah. But there's also one near here as well. Where the bridge is, turn right, straight down on the...
It's near the market.
Yes, the market.
That's Jericho. Church.
I always think very busy. So Saturday and Sunday is usually free time.
Yeah, but I have the class, HR class in at home. Yeah, on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
So what level would you say you are now?
At this time, in the March this year, I has on Chairman, but the score is very low. It's about 5.5.
You need about 7.
About 6.5.
Oh, sorry, 6. So you're not that far away.
The writing score is about 6.5, but the speaking score is 4.5. The speaking English higher score is about 4.5. My pronunciation is mixtures English and Japanese. This was
So maybe you two practice together on Zallo. There's information to practice movie script. Okay. Yeah, nice one. So just pick one. So it's got many pages. If not, if it's too easy, let's make it something easy. That's why I put this in.
Nếu vì bình thường người ta chỉ nhìn theo cái cuốn học như nhau. Bạn cũng nhận là cái kỹ năng
So for some it might be easy for some different. There'll be a lot of movies that we haven't. There's a lot of movies that we haven't. The idea is for me to listen to the So this is a movie called so it's one of my favourite movies. So if not,
có ích là dành cho mấy người mà cũng giống như là người ta cũng như là người ta cần các học để người ta tốt nghiệp trường cao đẳng hay là đại học không. Và ví dụ như mình qua bạn mình thực tế thì mình học một là IELTS, hai là TOEFL.
so you have a person who
Nó cũng là bằng tiếng Anh luôn, như là nó dạy chuyên về những người hay đi du học.
so if you so it's free. And then obviously the new vocabulary
So bạn cũng bé học lớp 7
so as an example here,
tại vì ông có hai lớp một tối, một lớp thì học đầy rồi, một lớp kia thì hai người học trong đó lại cái một người lớp sống. Còn bây giờ học ban ngày cũng đi dạy thì trên trường thì nên là cũng sẽ không có nhau thêm một.
so you could pick characters. So someone could be personally explains what is happening. And then two people, one person. But if there's a third person, then it's just wrong. It's to do with pronunciation. Any words that you are not familiar with, one I can write down and I can explain what I do that. So there's loads. It's probably best to start explaining yourself.
Chứ những cái số người nước ngoài đúng không? Dạ đúng rồi, là nó kiểu giống như là nó hơi bị sượng ấy. Như còn hồi xưa là học người nước ngoài cũng lớn không biết nói sao. Ở trong trường người ta toàn là xe cộ không rồi. Cho tới lúc mà các thầy hoặc là một 3-4 năm trước, cái thằng không có biết nhưng mà thì em nói ý kiến học sau này đâu có nói đi qua nước ngoài, nói chuyện với người ngoài nhiều quá. Như là một cái điều không phải gì năm sáu bảy đây ông tên là Sắc.
And then it's like listening to your pronunciation. So if you don't understand something one of you have said, say sorry, can you repeat that? Or if there's any words you've not seen before, write it down. So I mean this is quite a movie. It's to do with a training drummer who wants to be in a competition.
Chứ không đâu biết đó là thấy trước ngày làm đặt cái đi vô bên này học được một ngày nữa giới thiệu vào đây còn mới về là biết mặt có là gì đấy hay chạy đây
That's a abbreviation, so don't worry about it.
như này sẽ học sau lâu có người ta nhận bảo con về con suy nghĩ
chị nói là chút trước là biết giờ sao mà họ đúng rồi họ này nó không có một chương trình đó đi du học không thời gian Canada Luật sư cũng kẹt luôn, em biết bao nhiêu tiền luôn á, rồi bắt đầu luật sư kẹt nó luôn, ngàn cái trăm ngàn luôn. Thì cái gia đình phải bắt buộc làm một hồ sơ mới gọi tiền gọi đóng thuế mới cho nó, xong cũng có qua lại cho nó không làm được. Trời ơi, kéo dài cho nó mấy năm luôn, nhưng mà nó đi được 17 năm. Cái này nó đi được 17 năm mà chờ nói chung là có lợi cái số vừa sắp vô là bắt đầu người ta lật ngược lại nó là luật sư bỏ hồ sơ nó. Nói chung là khi nó gặp bạn mà nó xới nó đi làm cho cái chuyện đó là ví dụ như là em qua mặt nữa qua mặt đấy, ví dụ như là đi hơn của người ta ngày mai về nhà tại vì 2.000 chưa nó là không mua sẵn cho mình, nó bảo lãnh cho mình. Nó là công ty mà em đi làm phải có một cái chỗ nào bảo lãnh em vô làm cho người ta, rồi người ta mới đóng thuế cho em mới được vô thì không em chỉ nó làm cái đó lắm, không có chồng nó phải là người quen luôn á nha. Tự nhiên nó đóng tiền vô, xong rồi ông chồng thì xong rồi ông chồng tính làm thì bà vợ nó người, bà vợ là người nói ngược lại với nó, bà vợ nó nói ngược ông chồng thì ông chịu trách nhiệm là vì sẽ làm cơ sở đó mấy ông chị giống như ba chị là không bệnh thì ba chị là không có đóng thuế cho ba chị không có tiền thuế nó trừ vô cái khoản mình làm em cơ sở đó là làm cho cái khoản thì nó làm cho cái đó thì cái ông chủ đó thì ông nói là bây giờ phải làm sao mà mình thì nó phải ép biết là người du học thì phải được cuối tuần thì ép xong rồi kiểu đó là cái năm 2.000 để bạn trả lại 2.000 nhưng mà cho sự báo luôn tiền nữa là nó còn rất là ít tiền không là không có tiền luôn chỉ là bị cài vô tịch qua là mừng rồi nó sao phải cài vô tịch thôi phải vừa học vừa cài là vô tịch trời ơi xong rồi cuối cùng là vợ nó ngược bảo nó bây giờ tao không làm cái này bây giờ mày đưa tao mấy chục ngàn tao mới đóng tiền cho mày vô tịch tao mới đi thôi nó phải đóng cho bà còn bà luật sư nói ngược nữa luật sư không có kẹt
Maybe I don't understand.
So we'll start from, we'll do it from here. So Andrew, okay? So Andrew could be you, and man could be me, okay? So if there's any words you don't know, write it down for new vocabulary. So you can be Andrew, okay?
Maybe I speak.
Yeah.
Why do you put finger?
Wash and cut. Yeah. Okay. Ready? So you go first.
Sorry, I am sorry.
It's okay, stay there. So then this bit here is like the narrator. The narrator is someone who explains what is happening. So the man steps forward, removes his coat, he's tall, late 50s, black shirt, black slacks, black shoes. Well, know him as Fletcher. The room is silent now, and then softly, as he's one of those people whose whisper can scare the crap out of you. So then Fletcher, I'll be Fletcher. What's your name?
Andrew Neyman.
Good.
It's pronoun. Neyman.
What year are you?
I am first year.
You know who I am?
Yes.
You know what I do?
Yes.
So I'll go. So if it's the same,
I feel easy.
okay. So then you can also, if you want to, read the narrator bit.
Okay.
So then we go back. So some of it we don't need to do because it's easier.
tại vì nếu mà em làm cách thì bảo nó không biết là em không có cái gì ra tiền em không
Okay, this one here. So I will be. So this time you will be Jim. Okay.
Jim, okay. Jim or under
You were Jim.
Jim, okay. Start. You okay?
Sure.
He had me play today.
He had me play today,
He had me play today.
and so yeah, you're Jim.
I forgot.
So you're
Jim,
Jim.
okay. And you talk about
Yeah. Shrugs. So right. So if you don't know, write it down. So shrugs. Shrugs is like this. Like this. Shrugs. So like shrug your shoulder.
I understand.
Um,
It clear what that means.
so this one. You still have
You still have other options.
options. What do you mean?
It good to be open mind when
Did. Mine did.
when I work the if I talk I have a book deal at 23 then that change to happy then 40
Right, and that didn't upset you? I mean, it has to do something to you.
Another
So shrug.
wrong. I don't know why it just life. For there are the things to care about friend
Romance.
romance.
So pause, if it says pause, it means like pause, like wait. Andrew takes it in, especially the last part.
And you take it in, especially the last part.
Last part. Good.
At my age, you get
Perspective. Good. I don't want perspective. Jim smiles a moment. Just then, a moviegoer squeezes into the row to head to a seat further down and bumps against Jim and his bucket of popcorn. Jim. So then we scroll down. So now just practice this bit all of it. So from here.
I didn't
Yeah, and I help you if it's wrong.
I didn't see
Yeah.
number 6.
Yeah, just all statistics.
Dormitory.
Dormitory. Or hallway.
Our late.
Yeah.
Rusty.
Rusty.
Elevator.
Do you know what rusty is? Rusty is like you can have like rusty. Like sometimes like here, rusty. This is okay, but it's like rusty is like old, O-L-D. So you have to clean the rust off. It's like the rusty elevator. Doors. Squeak. Open. So like when a door opens like this.
And you step into green.
Green, yeah, good. Yeah.
Green wall.
Hallway, yeah.
In line.
Lights.
Music.
Blaring, good. Blaring's like really loud.
Blaring from behind a door. thudding.
Yeah, thudding.
Thudding party beat.
Yeah, so it's like boom, 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 boom. Okay.
At the end of
The whole. So like this. Whole.
I feel for now same for now. Whole.
So like whole is like this.
Where the music is coming from? Feel.
Yeah, good.
Party.
Forwards.
Party.
Yeah.
Mingle.
Mingle.
Mingle by
Like together.
mingle by a door. The door open. Okay. I understand. Young man. Okay. Young man hand. Second young man.
Hands a second young man, a wad. Like wad is like this, money.
Cut in exchange.
Ziploc bag. Hills.
The second young man L. Until turn way head left to hit on door.
Hurriedly.
Open it and sleep inside.
So hurriedly is like this, quick, really quick. Okay, so we'll do this one. It's a narrator and talking heads, okay? So I'll be the narrator, you the talking, okay? So by the age of 10, Traps the boy wonder was rowing crowds all over America. By his teens, Buddy Rich was well on his way to becoming the stuff of legend.
Lionel truly red player. Buddy seemed to have been born with music in blood. He rap it into the earlier.
Good, nearly. Intuitively. Good.
In a way, you and I just cannot.
Can't. So can't is cannot. Can't. Good. Can't. C-A-N-T. Can't.
I for now Vietnamese.
Oh, Vietnamese.
Con.
Oh, can't.
In here, you check out the old stuff, man.
Yeah.
You look at the movie when he was a kid. Hit arm.
Beats.
And take it all in. Especially
These.
ở đâu đó đó ở gì quốc I don't for now word
Words. So W-O-R-D, word, one word, and then two words. Words, and then words. I've noticed your S. Yeah, so like when you do the string like this, so when you do and then what was the other one? So like words, number, numbers, arms is with an like here. Okay.
Maybe I am wrong when I went out
Was words and wood. Was words and wood. So wood is the same as this one. Different meaning, but wood and wood. Okay, good. So just getting used to, get used to anything with an S. Words, arms, numbers. Okay, good.
Continue. Used còn đi giáp cài
Genius.
Bầu
Pause. Pause.
You either
Good.
what it or you don't.
Yeah, good.
Until you turn up the TV, we here.
Yeah, here. Yeah.
And
Like here. Yeah, same. Different meaning. So like here is like this. Like here is like here. Yeah, good.
I think for now
Same. Pronounce same.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yes, party bit continuing. Continuing outside. Move on.
Muffled.
He leans back.
So like lean forward, lean back. Leans.
Alright.
Switches. So like switches like this. Switches on.
Hit line.
Off is like, yeah, so like the switch. Like here. Switch, yeah. Good.
We fade out.
We fade out, yeah, so we finish. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Well done.
Một cái thời lượng cái link lúc sau vô nhìn đọc nó lại
giống kiểu phân vai á,
là bây giờ
ví dụ là thầy đúng rồi, ví dụ như thầy một vai là master này đúng không, thì thầy đọc phần master này, còn mình đọc phần talking head này thì cứ kiểu vậy á, nên nó nhiều từ mới thầy phát âm cho mình theo giải nghĩa cái luôn,
là đọc là từ đầu luôn rồi.
không tùy từng đoạn mình chọn á, fix one. Ví dụ như lúc nãy thầy đọc cho em đoạn này đúng không, thì ví dụ thầy bảo là em làm Jim đi, thầy làm Andrew thì thầy đọc phần Andrew còn em đọc phần Jim.
Đọc cũng được một phút hay gì
Thì đúng rồi, đọc một phút thôi chứ không phải đọc hết đâu anh, đọc một phút thôi, nhận được vài cuộc trò chuyện để đọc. Từ nào mình không biết thì mình cứ hỏi thầy thì thầy giải thích vậy. Thế thầy kiểu dùng đây em chưa lên được anh không ạ?
chưa, tại nãy bạn kêu bạn nói giao không biết đâu.
Thế thì thầy bên này.
Lại dưới này áo lát thì con nhập như thế này là con biết dùng cái này con coi kỹ đi, con coi kỹ đi. Nhớ tiền nè, đó là bay lên nữa thì Việt Nam mình là đó đúng không?
But in the future,
Để
we
học
have
con
more
này, để
knowledge,
học con
there's more ways to use the stripes.
đó.
Maybe a lot of these words you know,
Cũng ngồi quay ngang như vậy nó nói chuyện đó sự sổ.
you get the idea.
Nhé con mà nó có đi ra thì quay là có chắc lên chứ.
Pronunciation of some words. And the more you say, the more you say the word, it's about tempo. The harder you know, so it's very hard to tempo.
Set cái câu này nha.
How to say the word.
Rồi con nghe mấy anh chị nói là nghe bác nói là con nghe con
Musicians. Cái gì đó.
nó lớn lên.
Đúng rồi là speak với lại rất là của đi du lịch. Speak to people on the webinar. So try. Open a bit overwhelming.
Không hiểu là sao con nói là anh chị nói chị nói thì nó nhẹ nó nhé không? Em mới dắt nó đi đó.
Progress.
Bởi vì nó có chị đó nói chuyện như vậy cho quay học quay đi con phải hòa đồng nhiều hơn. Nó nhát quá ở nhà nó như nghỉ học mà nói nó phải trong nhà ngủ từ sáng nó không có đi đâu khỏi nhà mà nhát quá.
Look, I'm going to be Canada. I feel sad for
Cản kèo phóng ra.
Ông bà 7-8 tuổi tiếp tiền bán qua từ trên là bán theo mình đi làm mà tiếp xúc với nhiều người sẽ
Hai nhóm đường cùng ngủ sâu là giống cái tranh đua sông.
ai trên máy
Đó chị nói là chị nhát cái con kìa bây giờ chị dạng lên con phải sẵn như vậy đó.
Bà đến 160 đi học ấy, thì học với nó xây một đi
phải
phải
tay ra gì đó
Không, tại nó tự đấy mà nó không thấy nhát không chịu đi lên nó bắt phải ngồi với nó vậy đó.
bắt nó đi phải bị tư tưởng nó bị dễ với nhà vấn đề.
Mai mốt mẹ điện ra mẹ xuống dưới nha. Được không? À, đúng rồi. Mai mốt con ấy xong rồi dắt tới giờ lên con nhắn từ giờ ra lên dắt con xuống ha. Ha, ok. Nó nhát chứ mà nó thấy nó bị dắt lên nó bị ngỏ đây đó. Mẹ đi xuống dưới ha, cho con ngồi lên trên con ngồi lên trên nha. Ngồi lên mẹ lên mẹ đóng.
When you have an S, like always think of S. So like here, if I hear you, or hears something, so always when an S. It has formations. When I was studying this music, You could say approach, look, this one is approaches.
Everyone looks over them not so more focused on eye on on
So that you can say or is better. Precise, like precise moment. So on time, exactly the moment. So like it has to do something on time, precise moment. Exactly.
And suddenly such a turns around and then one look out of the and what do you want?
You can say hurry, hurry easily.
Hello Messi. Anh đi chạy vậy? Anh đi chạy vậy?
Bán đâu rồi? Còn nó xài cái gì? Lần lại chạy qua mua đồ. Mình làm cái câu hai chứ làm câu
Yes. So like you can have one blister, blisters, loads of two blisters, three blisters, four blisters. So it's always a lot of impacts.
nó như kiểu tiệm web vậy đó, nó như kiểu tiệm web nó một những người nó đi tới nó mấy cao bao nhiêu nó nhiều gì xong ông ấy nói gì
Ví dụ như nói ngày vừa sau thì nó là nó biết cái hôm đó nó phải nói lúc ôn một chuyện rồi bạn đi quốc
đừng nói hơi cấm nó nhiều gì cái gì không biết
Đọc không biết sao biết sao.
thấy nó phải
All
lại
your pronunciations are clear, not the reading how you say
Các bạn
it.
nghe thấy bảo là đến thập kỷ ngay cả thầy
It's just getting used to when you see an S and then
cái hôm mà ông đọc cái đường đi á nó kêu là những cái từ đó là những cái từ mà
when you don't use
những
the
cái từ hồi
S,
xưa người ta xài
it's
bây giờ mình thấy là trên sách vở trên báo
so
chí
like you read the whole pause. But when it's without an S, it's always one person, one thing. But when you put the S, it means two or more. So that was example, blister, blisters, phone and phones, watch and watches. Other than that, most of it, even the big words, most of it, some maybe it's some different mistakes, but after you hear it one time, the second time you say it, that's it. But as I say, you'll learn a lot of new vocabulary, so maybe write it down so I remember what it means. So like today, I've got 2 activities because I'm not sure they've got a head, so just all the practice. So practice in a moving script, and there's different characters, different terms, it's all about pronunciation. So we'll do it together. So you pick a page you want to do. Either way, I'm going to help you with any of them. So maybe let's go down to. We'll try number 9. Okay.
So you pronounce it.
So you want to be. You can be Mr. Prince. Do you want to be Andrew? Yeah. Number 9.
Just me speech again.
Yeah. So if you want to listen, so they're doing number 9. They're going to practice. So I will correct their pronunciation, and if there's any words they don't know, I can explain, or they can write down their future.
Hesitant. I wonder what you think about my project. I said I am practices
What's a good attitude? You will yeah.
I know.
Always remember
Looking for player because you know that.
Yeah, our legal center group for pleasure for player. This word
players. Like so player is one player and players is more. So
yeah, our legal center group for pleasure of player. It is word for injuries. He has been in studio band last year. His natural player. This is native sense of our players will never make it into a legal center order. collective. Collective. The question is who still has 10%? Who is that 10%?
Who's in that 10%?
Who is that 10%? So I would practice. You could start a rock band. And very technically, the implication to clear is heard and US
Glimpses.
glimpses. P.E. silent.
Yeah, silent.
Glimpses. Poster on the wall. A rumor rolling the sticks in the air is so confident. The opposite of him.
I have one more question. Do you know what's the process of transferring
So goes to the one that you weren't sure about vocabulary. So that's the whole idea of it. So any words you're not sure about or can't pronounce, you write it down. But if you do know, you just do it. Implication. So the task, the goal, the activity, implication is clear. So Andrew takes in the information and it's clear to him. He understands what he needs to do. Implication. It's like a task or a homework, something like that. He understands what he has to do. It's like silence. Any words you don't know, or you're not sure how to pronounce, write them down. And then you can tell me, and I could send you a voice message. So if there's any words, tell me the words, and then I can tell you how, or I can voice message you how to pronounce the words, okay? Or what you know. Perspective is like, so my perspective on, it's like perspective is like your feelings. It's like your perspective on something or someone. So like as an example, what is your perspective on the class, or what is your perspective on today's activity? It's like what are you thinking and feeling? Perspective. And preview is like how do you explain that? Preview has different meaning depending on the situation. So like we could preview a movie, or we could preview a book, so it has different meanings. So some of these words, maybe it'll be clearer for you to maybe look on Google, because it maybe makes more sense to you.
And it's depends on context.
Yeah, context, yeah, for sure. So like you can have like the simple method of what it means, but in some of it, like this word particularly, you need context for this one.
Just give some benefits about the traveling.
Yeah, okay.
About getting knowledge about the country that I will come and visit, and I have strength to try many different
Cuisines, yeah, good.
What about
with an S, cuisines.
cuisine?
Good.
Cuisine is about food and drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And culture. I don't know, culture or culture.
Culture.
Yeah. And the culture approach is in another country.
Yeah, culture abroad.
And we can enjoy the landscape and the life around I mean the local people.
Local people, yeah. Good.
It's a bit just
Yeah. Good. Okay. So yeah, do the same.
I think advantage traveling
Oh yeah.
more knowledge about more knowledge about
Yeah, more knowledge. Yeah.
about New Zealand.
Yeah.
And chat with many people.
Yeah.
Relax my mind after work.
Yeah. Good.
And eat new food.
New food.
Eat-
Yeah. Good. Okay. Good.
Maybe I finish advantage on and advantage traveling and maybe can got a lot of money.
Spend a lot of money.
And may take a long time when I travel around somewhere. Maybe
can be wrong.
can be robbed or can be robbed.
Care about the stolen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it happens in countries. Somewhere you don't know, maybe you can be robbed. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And something. If we will travel abroad for a month, we will be fined by the company.
Fined?
Yeah, I mean this company don't need me, and they have I mean they make me to retire early. Something like that.
Retire early.
Yeah.
Company.
They make me to quit the job.
Redundant.
What's it? I don't know how to spell.
I have to check this one. It's a difficult
You
spell.
see,
So like when they make you leave. Redundant. D-U-N. D-A-N-T. Maybe redundant. When a company has to get rid of staff for to save money or for other reasons.
They make me quit the job.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Good. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
I don't want it to be easy. Yeah, role play, exactly.
Yes.
So it's role playing. So I don't think I've ever seen a lesson in role play before. So role play is pretending you're in a real life situation. I think maybe we did it one time at a restaurant. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Like you could do in real time being at an airport or a restaurant or coffee shop or where you're being a teacher, or in this case it's a movie script. So before actors, like famous actors, act on camera, they have to read through a script. So as an example, my uncle, he does how do you say, in England they do many performances in the theatre. So he does some acting. So they usually give him like 2 weeks or 1 month to practice the script. He has to remember all of it. And maybe it's like 20 pages. He has to remember exactly what to say, when to say. So even for him, even for me, you learn new vocabulary. Because the story could be like a new generation story, or it could be old generation, like it could be the 1930s. So you learn old English or new English. But the whole idea is you have to articulate or pronounce words correctly. So for instance, these guys understand it, and the only thing they all make a mistake in is the letter S. So like people or peoples or pen and pens or phone and phones, most people forget the S. So like, if you don't have the S, it's just one person or one item or one thing. So if it's with an S, like phones, it means it's more than one phone. Or like, so a lot of the times when you're reading it, then you forget about the S. But some words are new vocabulary, so you write down the words. So like with him, he wrote it down in Vietnamese, so he understands it why. Or with him, he didn't know what some of the words meant, so I explained. Or some of them, they didn't know how to pronounce some words. So then they pronounce it, they repeat, and then repeat. As soon as your brain repeats it a few times, you remember what the words, how to pronounce it. It will help in the future for more knowledge, and if you have an exam, you use words correctly. So like if someone asks you a question, you have to make sure you use like the pronunciation correctly, like with the S, with the T, with the ED. So this is a more, instead of just doing like you prepare an answer and like I give you time to prepare an answer, this is like a role play, like imagination of like being in this film. So you know it's a bit like acting as well. But obviously in England they would use like higher voice or lower voice, but for you guys it's just about understanding what this means and then using pronunciation. So maybe some of them, they know they're reading it okay, but maybe they don't understand what is actually happening. So like a lot of, so in here it has like 3 characters, 4 characters, so they pick one each, but there's also the narrator. The narrator is someone who explains what is happening in that scene. So like it will say, Andrew is walking to the classroom and he meets the teacher along the way. Then the story begins. And then Andrew, Brian, and the teacher opening. The narrator's the most important character because he explains the story so people understand. No, not this film. This film's a new film. This film was about 5 years ago. But what I mean by this is like, whatever script you read, maybe it's New English, maybe it's American, or maybe it's Old English. It depends on the context of the movie, or the period, or the dates. But this film's a modern film.
Yeah, maybe modern one. But we talk about the ancient time, you know.
Maybe.
So maybe they use some ancient word.
Maybe.
So we cannot understand all.
Maybe, but for this, but if you understand the film, that's like, it's good because you understand clearly. Maybe for a lot of you probably don't because it's English. But so like maybe you can read it because maybe your pronunciation is good, but you don't understand what's happening. So that's like a reading skill. If you can understand what is happening. So like when it said, what did it say? It said like along one of these pages it said pause. So pause is like take a breath, end of sentence. But he didn't know. He thought it was part of the film because it was just pause. Or there was another one. I can't remember the other one. Or like nod is like nodding. Oh yeah, a beat. So that's like a beat. So maybe like some don't understand what it means, or specific. So some of them are sounds. Some of them are sounds like crack. It's like sounds in the film. So crack of the drum, like drum set. Yeah, crack. So you have to use your imagination. You have to use your imagination. Yeah, like hear knocking, so like it's what they can hear. It's not in the film, it's just what they can hear. So that's the difference. Like for me, I understand the film. So when you read it to me, I'm not reading it, I'm not listening like how you're reading it, I'm listening how I'm picturing the film in my head whilst you explain. So if you were telling a class or presenting, if I was like close my eyes and I was just listening to you, I either just listen to what you say and forget, or I think, oh, she's talking about, oh, this is what's happening in the film. So you have to use your imagination. So, and as I say, if there's new vocabulary, it's a case of understanding what the words mean for the future, or maybe it's like some of them they knew what it meant, but it's just pronunciation. But a lot of you, like the S or the ED or the T sound, is what you make them say. So if you had to explain, if like you had to do the speaking exam, maybe you would get it all right, but with the accent, a lot of you would get it wrong.
We don't have kind of sound, we can use and learn it like the practice know the kind of sound.
Yeah. But there's so many words like number or numbers or so many words that you can think of. Or like light and lights. Or chair or chairs. Table, tables. Seats. Mars, eyes. Ears. But a lot of you all just use the one, always ear or hear or hears or sound or sounds. Always the same, everyone's the same. But you always forget the S.
We know the rule, but in practice when we use it, we cannot miss it.
But if you want, like, again, if you like, don't know the word, you can tell me, you pronounce it back to you, or if you don't know what a word means, maybe you need to look yourself and understand Vietnamese using your pens. But you also have to put some words, you have to put context as well. Because, what was the words that you had before? Preview. Yeah. So we had preview. Preview. So for me to explain preview is different because you have to put content in there. But then some words like perspective, you can explain what it means. So some words are easy to explain, but some words it depends on the context of what is happening. Maybe it means something different depending on where you are or who you're with. Overwhelming. Because it's different, it's new vocabulary.
That's why
You've never done it before.
native speaker.
Maybe not the beginners, but if you write down like these words now, you can when you go home you can pronounce these words better. So then in the future, if these words come up, you know how to say them. Or if you know the meaning of Vietnamese, then you can maybe use them to make short sentences. So everything's important. The more you learn, the better. Maybe it's difficult, or maybe it will help. Something will help you in the future. Maybe not all of it, but maybe one word will. So if you know how to use that word in a sentence or a conversation,
I know the meaning. But I didn't know how to use it. There's a problem.
so then if there's words you don't know how to use, then you can tell me, or you can do self-learning and then learn how to use them in a sentence or a conversation. Everyone's different. Maybe some people can do it in a conversation, some people can speak but they can't write. But it's impossible to know because there's so many different skills for everything. But if you, so like you know the meanings of them, so now you would have to focus on writing them in a sentence or speaking them in a sentence. So that would be for you. But for you, maybe you know how to speak and pronounce them, but you don't know how to write them in a sentence. You know, that's like it depends. Yeah. So whatever you find the most difficult, you have to focus on that. Because you know the meanings of the words. And you know how to pronounce the words. So you have to focus on what your least skills. Because, you know, if your speaking is good, don't focus on the speaking for now. Just focus on your speaking skill. Because your level won't go down because you're still learning English. But if you're like reading's here and your speaking's here, you need to get it to go down this all on the same. So like a lot of people here, their speaking is good, but maybe when they write sentences, maybe not well, probably not. Or listening. Like the other day when you write listening task for the first time. I've not seen anyone do it before, so I thought, let's try it. I thought it was going to be easy, but I was completely wrong. Everyone really struggles to hear about Vietnam. It's like a paragraph about Vietnam and the foreigners. So I read a paragraph to everybody, and they had to write down exactly what I said. But everyone could do it because they find it so difficult. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be easy, but it wasn't. So that made me feel I think I need to practice listening. But maybe like listening like this is easy for you. So like when you're listening and writing down, it's two skills. Listening and writing. So it's more difficult. Even for me, if you were saying something to me now, I have to process what you're telling me. Just at the same time I'm writing, it's difficult. Even for me, it's but when you have a conversation like this, it's easy to pick up or understand because maybe you understand all of it, or maybe you just understand some words and you can bring it together. But when like you have to write it down at the same time, so your brain is
sometimes I miss some word, so finally the sentence isn't correct. So maybe it's turned into another main idea.
But of course, at the same time, some of you need to know writing skills and some of you don't. For me, I tend not to focus on that much because I know you can do that at home with other teachers or self-learning. So I tend to just mostly do speaking because you don't, maybe some of you never speak to a foreigner or speak to a native speaker. So most of the time, I just do that topic and questions. But for me, I don't want to just do that because maybe a little, it's good because you learn new words as well and pronunciation. But I like on Fridays, I like to change it. Monday and Wednesday, I keep it the same. On Fridays, I try different skills because I don't want you just be good at question-based or debate-based. You need to know a bit of role play, or like even he told me, he suggested, maybe we try some like more role play, something like that. So that's why I want to try different things on a Friday. Maybe some of them are good, maybe some of them maybe not, maybe some are useful for some people, some difficult. But on Friday, because it's smaller groups, I can give more time on Friday, whereas Monday and Wednesday, it's more like question-based or debate-based, and then I either go round or I do it, I like ask you to speak to the class, or as groups come up, so I change it. Or sometimes I give a lesson like in school, like a lesson, and then it's your turn. So depends what the topic is.
I study English, you study English. So after almost 1 year, how many Vietnamese sentences can you expect? But in a short time, from the time when you came here, so you have to study a lot. And I mean, you have to admire especially
Well, that's probably the number one thing. It doesn't matter what level you are. The more you learn, the better you will naturally you'll get better. Even if your level is really bad or not good, if you just keep trying, you will pick up things eventually. And I know that because I've seen some students before who they couldn't speak to me, but then after 1 month or 6 weeks they could speak some basic sentences or conversation, and then eventually they were getting better. But it's about keeping it or continuing it. A lot of people give up or are lazy, or maybe it's not the most, they get frustrated, or maybe they can see that other people are better than them, or maybe life changes, right? So sometimes you have personal stuff, maybe your work is stressful, or you have family or friends stuff going on. So naturally you get busy, right? So, like for me, as an example, you said about me with Vietnamese. So my plan months ago was to learn Vietnamese, and maybe 1 month I was really focusing on it. And then as time went on, it slipped my mind, and I focused on different things. More things that were more interesting to me. So I put it at the bottom of the pile, and then gradually bit by bit I got back, and then it's just normal. So, English, some people, it's not the most important because you have work or you have university, so it's easy to forget about, like me as well. But recently I've tried to learn more words in Vietnamese, but maybe last month I didn't speak at all, because I was speaking with everybody in English. And even though I was saying easy, I just didn't. So if you're willing and dedicated, or ask me questions, or I give him as an example, right? So the first time you came into class, he knew some simple words maybe, but a lot of the time he had to translate with someone. But maybe the last probably a month now I can practice with him, or he sends me voice message of his answers. Maybe it's not all 100%, like maybe 50% I understand, maybe 50% I don't. But then sometimes maybe 70% I understand. Depends on the topic. But that's a month difference. But he wouldn't be able to do that a month ago. Like flower, wine, just different people. But as another example, there's a lot of students who just speak Vietnamese. Maybe it's good for their grammar and writing, but whenever I speak to them, I can't speak with them. But they've been practicing a long time. It's different. Like I say with some of you, when you speak to me, it's become a normal habit. So it's normal to you. You don't panic when you speak to me. If I spoke to the class downstairs, maybe they would panic or hesitant or shy, or with you, you're all more confident. Confidence is very important as well. You can have believe in yourself and have confidence, it helps you. Or ask questions, or don't feel embarrassed, because it's normal. Some people laugh when you make a mistake, but you're all here for the same reason, to improve for education or job or traveling. a lot of use pronunciation. So that's another thing. More speaking, more confidence.
I want to leave my respect to you because you spend your free time for us.
That's why I like to do it, because I see people get better, so it gives me a lot of happiness from it. Even if people are struggling, it still doesn't matter, because if I like say, the people I know who are a bit more like advanced level, I tend to then focus on the people who are a little bit lower. So like today, I spend a lot more time with you, so you can have more, because you've probably never done this before. So like role play, you've probably never done it before. Today, you've had a lot more time to practice with me. So that's it, so it doesn't matter the levels. Still, I can go home tonight and think, oh, I gave him a lot of time for him to practice more speaking. Today, you learned. Today, you learned. Today, you went home happy or something like that.
Giúp được ai đó tốt lên đó là niềm vui.
I always want to meet the foreigner and make them communicate with them to improve their pronunciation and have the confidence for speaking.
Because a lot of people don't take advantage of, like say me or someone else. And I've been here a long time, and maybe there's lots of people I've never seen before. And maybe they're missing a good opportunity. But like for you guys, you get to practice with me like twice a week, once a week, 3 times a week. So a lot of people don't, a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people are too far to get here. Or maybe a lot of people pay money for it, or people can't afford, to come in. So it's good practice. And like she had an interview in English, so it was probably useful for her because she had experience with me. But, or even like say there's Phillips or Anna or this butterfly, different accents important, because not all accents are going to be easy to understand or hear. So you need to listen to many different, like Indian or second language, like Dutch, German, French. They all speak English, but it's all different. Scottish or Welsh. So the more people you practice with, the better.
But do you think when the new people start to learn English and the foreigner from UK is the perfect accent for learning English?
I would say so, because as an example, Phillips, he's a teacher. So he's got a degree in teaching. I haven't. So maybe he has more academic knowledge than I do. So it can be very useful for some people. But when he teaches, he's the same as me, very passionate, wants to help everybody. But maybe his accent is sometimes difficult for some people. But then my accent will be difficult as well, so it's the same. But my pronunciation of words is the right pronunciation, whereas some words he pronounces maybe is not the right way. So that's just one example of the difference. Everyone's mostly the same, but I would say pronunciation is why I'm better. Just pronunciation. But you need the pronunciation and speaking exactly. So I would say that's the main difference. In England, a more academic teacher is better. So like if I was teaching English in England, someone with experience would be better than me. But in terms of in Asia, there's not much difference.
When the first day I come here and speak to you, I noticed that your accent is very perfect. It's very easy to understand what you say.
Some people it is.
Yeah.
There's some people maybe it takes a week or 2 weeks or maybe a month to get used to that voice. But after that, yeah, it will be the best voice to listen to. But even me, sometimes I can even pronounce some words wrong. Because maybe it's like old English words. Like there's been some words recently, like some big words that I haven't seen in a long time. Or maybe I've never used them before.
This is the old school vocabulary for the best.
Like, if you think about the dictionary, how many words are in the dictionary? Thousands. I don't know. Nobody knows every single word. It's probably the same in Vietnamese. There's probably some words in Vietnamese that are different in location or just maybe some words you don't use, but maybe your grandma uses.
Last year I had an interview with an Australian. But the Australian accent is very, I think it's very difficult to understand what I say.
Australians, they have some different words, but they speak very quickly as well. That's the difference between England and England. I mean, we speak quickly.
I can understand them, but cannot understand all what I say.
It also depends how you speak. You could have an English speaker who has all the knowledge, but you can't speak like a presentation. Like maybe they're good with one person, but maybe they're not good with many people. Maybe their voice isn't loud. So it depends on what the teacher is. But I had to learn to speak louder. So then I can speak to like a class. But maybe some teachers are quiet. Depends how every teacher's different.
Everyone had their own solution to teach it. Yeah. I'm about to go.
See you next week. Oh, where do you go?
Thank you, teacher.